about a minute early, so we're just going to give some time to allow anyone who may want to join live, and of course the replay will be available to anyone who feels cool to tune in to the theme of February. Okay, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the Lover's Garden space, a space where we are honored to we are diving into our shared humanity. We are connecting meaningfully. We are empowering one another, inspiring one another to step wholly into our authentic blueprint, our authentic selves, embracing and embodying the full spectrum of we, mind, body, soul, and spirit. It is a joy to be here today again on the 2nd of February, feeling fortunate, feeling grateful, feeling joy, sitting in joy. The sun is shining. You can't really tell, but the sun is shining and it's a gorgeous day, and I just feel like, wow, we've landed into February, the month of love. It is 2:02 right now, and things just feel like they are aligning and flowing through, and really just feeling super grateful for all of that. I felt like, the last couple of live sessions we've done over here have been really, really beautiful, really transformative, and have allowed a lot of insight to come through, and I'm really enjoying this flow that we've been leaning into. And I think to honor that, being that it's the 2nd of February, the 2nd of the second month, oh my goodness, of the year, and it's literally still 2:02 as I say that. We love 2, okay? 2. You already know the vibes. Wow, that is gorgeous. That is real magic, real magical alchemy happening right before us. I've been feeling really good about coming on here every month. I mean, it's only been 1 month so far, but we have been live at the beginning of the month and towards the end of the month, and I feel like it would be really nice to kind of keep with that momentum. I think it has a lot to offer, and so far the connections and the conversations that have taken place throughout each session have been just full of juice, and honestly it's been pouring in more insight to what I feel is needed right now at this time. And I just trust in due time those who are meant to be here will be here, those who are meant to receive will receive, and these messages can be timeless. Yes, we are in the flow of the seasons, attuning to nature and really pouring out what we are receiving inwards from nature herself. And so I wanted to just disclaim that by saying, it doesn't matter when you watch this, it will still be relevant to you, because although we have, the seasons, the weather seasons, we are also seasonal beings, we're also cyclical beings, and each and every one of us have our own individual unique seasons. So you may be feeling like you're in a different season, and that's okay. So I welcome you, and yeah, so let's just get on with today's theme. As you already know, if you've been staying tuned in, January was a lot about taking our time, really being slow and sensual, really just tapping into where we are within the Northern Hemisphere, And a lot of things are quite dormant during this time. We are in the winter and the womb space where things are happening beneath the surface. It's quite cold, it's quite gloomy, and not too much action happening out in wildlife, so to speak. February is that very interesting time between January and March, of course, but we are sort of still in the depths of winter, but slowly creeping out of that time. You know, the sun is starting to shine more brightly, the days are getting longer. I don't know about you, but tell me if the sun is shining where you're at, because I've noticed just in the last 7 days the sun has been making a reappearance much more boldly, and it's feeling good to finally start to feel the sun on our skin, the warmth that we've been so desperately needing. I mean, I guess speak for yourselves. I'm speaking for myself. If you agree, let me know. But yeah, it's just been so lovely to see the reappearance of the sun. So basking in that, looking forward to longer days, looking forward to warmer days. But before we get into the theme of this month, I'm going to invite you to just take a moment to tune in into the body's rhythm. What are you feeling right now? What are the sensations arising for you? Are there any quiet whispers calling you to tune in to what is this season for you? Allow yourself to shake off any areas of tension, release, stretch, give yourself a little no wherever is needed. So yeah, a question to settle into is, what quiet wisdom has winter so far whispered to you? For me, I feel like on the back of entering 2025 slow and sensually, it's been a lot about you are exactly where you are meant to be, right here, right now, within your season, within your cycle. Whatever life looks like to you, whatever life feels like to you, you are exactly where you are meant to be. And I know sometimes that might feel a little bit hard depending on what is being reflected back to you in these current stages of your life. Maybe if you are also tuning into the world stage and like all the different events that are taking place in that essence, in that light. But here we are wanting to really personalize to the individual and ask, what has winter been whispering to you? Everything has its own time. Those are the whispers of my soul. Everything has its own time. You are exactly where you are meant to be, and whatever that looks like, that is okay. All your feelings are valid. The story and how it's unfolding is valid. And remember, try not to be too attached to the stage that you're currently in, because in nature, everything is always in flow. And it's part of the reason why we've decided to really attune ourselves to the seasons and really acutely open ourselves up to receiving the quiet whispers of nature's wisdom. This is going to be a juicy, juicy revelation now that we're finally going to tap into the theme for February. I think what's exciting is, as you know me, if you get to know me and you have seen what I've been sharing over the past 30 days, you would know that the slow and sensual is high up on my list, right? A lot of the time, January is everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's a new year. What's the momentum? What do I need to do? What's my year going to look like? Plan. And whilst it's great to plan, I totally stand by that. Whilst it's great to have goals and to create actionable steps towards those goals, for me, I'm just like, okay, I might have ideas that are surfacing, cool, but I'm not killing myself to make everything happen. You might think, okay, but hold on a minute, Kari. I've seen you do so much stuff in the last 30 days. Yeah, I know. But you know how I've been able to do all of that? Do you know where all that energy has come from? It has come from prioritizing rest, from radicalizing rest, from putting that to my number one priority on my list, no matter what. And that has really allowed me to not burn out, essentially. I have been in a constant flow. And me standing here, sticking to the timeline, showing up in my fully glowing essence, because I'm full of gratitude. I am restful, I'm rested, I am ebbing and flowing, but taking from what I've learned from the cycles of ebb and flow and applying the wisdom, not just being aware of the wisdom, not just understanding the wisdom, but applying the wisdom. Because I think a lot of the time, a lot of us know a lot of things, but how often are we applying what we know? That's where shit gets hard, because discipline is a key, okay? Discipline is a key, consistency is a key, and essentially those keys help us to build our endurance, which in return builds our resilience. And when our resilience is stronger, when we have a strengthened skill set of resilience, what does that open us up to? It opens up us. It opens us up to a whole new world, okay? Like, literally though, a whole new world with a different kind of view where you can conquer. You can conquer with love from a place of feeling fully revitalized. It just hits differently because it's like you're so superhuman, you know? It's just like, oh, it's amazing. I love it here. Okay. Anyway, moving on swiftly, I wanted to say, like, you know, whilst everyone was rushing maybe into 2025, I'm just like, you know, I'm just going to take a step back, because you know what February is screaming? If you've noticed the title, Rooting into Intention, now I'm starting to get ready to think about, what do I want this year look like to me? Now I'm starting to put into place, you know, the movement and the goals and the actionable steps that I would like to take. It is now that I'm setting my grounded intention. And not to say that I wasn't intentional in January. Of course we were. The intention was to ground in slowly and sensually. So as I said, there may have been things that have surfaced up. There may have been ideas and things that I became aware of that I wanted to manifest into reality. However, I wasn't forcing it. I was allowing it to flow in at the pace it wanted to flow in. I was giving myself more grace for each stage that I found myself in throughout that period. And I will be taking all of that still moving forward throughout the rest of the year to ensure that I am always in a flow state. But the focus this month, we are cooling in, we are listening, we are tuning into nature, and we are recognizing how the sun is slowly starting to make a reappearance, brighter, warmer. We are able to feel all of that internally, externally, and the days are getting longer. So what is that telling you? How can you apply this wisdom into your own life? February can be seen as the bridge between the deep winter reflection and the first stirrings of spring. It's like this early culmination of, okay, things have been super dormant beneath the surface, and whilst things haven't fully started to sprout, there is subtle movement taking place. Things are happening. We have that feeling, okay, March is on the way. We've just entered February, so March is around the corner. What's happening beneath the surface? What's happening beneath your surface? What's happening in your soil? What is your soul speaking to you right now? Are there any projects or goals that you are receiving that you know you want to make happen for yourself throughout the rest of the year? Now is a great time to tune into what those things may be. February is a time to gather all the energy that we have built up, restored throughout January, and to start moving that energy in a direction with intention and grounding it in to our seeds, so that come spring, those roots are strong and ready to sprout new life. Because once we are in that phase of strengthened, renewed energy and life force pouring out of us, we are then able to embody all that we are in our full flourish. Okay, we're talking a little bit ahead of our time right now, but I'm just saying the scene. So, when spring arises, what energy do you want to be tapping into? Do you want to be full of life? If so, what can you do now to ensure that's where you'll be? So now is really a time to kind of reflect on, with the early stages of February, right? So it's a really beautiful time to kind of acknowledge what winter has shown us and what we're ready to integrate. We can be thinking about what lessons you are wanting to carry forward into this next phase of your life, and where in your life do you feel the first stirrings of new energy. Where in your life are you feeling that bubbling in your solar plexus of, ooh, I've got some subtle excitement there. I feel expansion over there to do this thing, to tap into this thing, to join that community, to express myself in that way, to connect with that thing. Where are you tuning into that subtle stirring of spring beneath the surface, the whispers? I'm sure when you go outside, you're able to see how the earth is slowly changing to shift into a new season. And isn't that just the most beautiful thing? Winter is one of the hardest seasons. I mean, if not the hardest season to move through. And so I want to just say congratulations, seriously, for getting this far, because I know it's not easy. I know that it can be some of the toughest days that you bear witness to, in contrast to the whole year. And collectively, I feel like there's always a dense, heavy energy that we're having to move through. And if we really reflect that metaphorically back into how we can visualize that, it really does sound like the density of the earth, the density of soil. And soul work, contrary to what many people might believe, soul work is very much that. It's very much moving through the density of this third dimensional reality. Soul work is shadow work. It is going into the depths and the dark of our being, of our unconscious, and revealing to ourselves the things that we need to bring to light, the things that are calling forward to shift, to change, to evolve, to transform. So February is feeling like setting those intentions. I mean, fuck January for all that shit, okay? As I said, I will die on this hill. Fuck January for all of that shit. And I'm not saying don't do that in January. I'm just saying it's how we approach doing that in January. It's going to be a very different momentum to how we approach it in February. And the momentum right now is like, okay, we are taking strides, right? We are taking strides, slow but plentiful strides in the right direction. Whereas I feel like January was more like waking up out of a slumber, if that. Or maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe January is more like still very much in the slumber, not quite awake. And maybe February, we're like, okay, we're waking up out of the slumber. The sun is out. We're starting to make those steps. We're starting to walk the earth again. Let me know if this resonates. And if you're in an entirely different phase of your life, that's okay as well, right? I'm only here to encourage us to attune to nature. How we can really allow that to guide us into embracing more of our own unique light and allowing our own fruitful energy to take center stage. So when it comes to intention setting, instead of jumping into the full force of spring energy, because we're not quite there yet, we're setting those roots first, okay? A seed in the soil, okay? We were nourishing our souls, we were nourishing our soil throughout January, and now we want to plant our seeds come spring so that they can bloom. Are you with me or are you with me? I feel like you're with me. So let's do this little exercise that I'm gonna try out with you guys. Name the seed, okay? The seed is gonna be your intention, which can be a vision or whatever you're receiving from your internal wisdom of what's to come, what is coming through in your life right now. Name the seed. I'm inviting you to take this moment to tune in to any thoughts, feelings, and sensations, and what name comes forward. What is the name of the seed that you will be planting in this season? I'm receiving abundance, love, connection, expansion. Now name the soil. Once you've named your seed, we're going to move on to naming the soil. What support, environment, and nourishment will you need for this seed to take root? Because it's all well and good to have your intention, but if your intention is not being planted within an environment that is suitable, that is nourishing to that seed, how is it going to grow? How is it going to flourish? And we want to ensure that you are flourishing this year. I am here to see you through to the very end, okay? We are going to do this together. We are here to flourish. That's what we're here to do. We are here to flourish, okay? So name the soil. What support, what environment, what type of nourishment is your seed going to need? Is that going to be you pouring in more love? Is that going to call you to take more time, to be more slow and intentional? Is it going to take you saying no to certain things, having better boundaries? Is it going to be very literal, like how can you feed yourself with more knowledge, more wisdom, to cater towards this seed? What kind of energy, I feel like it comes down to, what kind of energy would you like to surround yourself with? What is the energy that is required for the seed to flourish? Once you have come to an idea on what your seed and your soil looks like, feels like for you, I invite you to share these reflections or choose a single word that encapsulates what the month ahead may look like for you. Personally, I'm just receiving love because, call me cliche, but February is the month of love for me. And actually, when I think about numerology and like my connection to the number 2, I just feel like 2 represents love in so many ways. It represents union, it represents duality, it represents connection between one and more things. It represents harmony, it represents like it's the lovers in the tarot. It's, and I feel like when it comes to my signs personally, as being a Gemini Libra, it's like 2 is very prevalent. Is that the word? Like, it exists. It's very much there amongst those 2 things. Like, the Geminis are twins and Libras are scales. So I am very tuned in to this energy of like, Also, I'm ruled by Venus, so we love love. We are reveling in all the loveliness of love, and love is, okay, I need to get this touched up, but love is. And for me, February is feeling like rooting into intention with love. How do I want to embrace that? What does that look like for me? And how can I pour in more love into all the things that I'm already working on, into all the things I want to see bear fruit this year? How can I pour back into my community? How can I build even more meaningful connections through love? And it also looks like saying fuck no to all the things that are not in alignment with that. Because only love can reach me. And I'm pretty sure, astrologically speaking, don't quote me on this because I might not be right, but feel free to correct me if this is your bag. I'm pretty sure that we are in a Venus retrograde, which is very interesting considering everything I've just said. So I think I'm about to know whether boundaries are going to be boundarying, whether things that need to be released will be gone, and how I've created so much space for all the beautiful, lovely, juicy things to flourish come spring combination. And I'm looking really forward to that. I'm really excited. And yeah, I'm gonna start to wrap up this session. I hope that whoever's meant to be here has received what they need to take, and I truly believe that in due time what's meant to be will be. But yeah, I'm gonna invite you to kind of just close with me with a small embodiment practice, which is, a really nice playful way to sort of embrace movement or stillness, depending on what the body needs, what your body needs right now. And so I'm going to invite you to do some little gentle stretches. Give yourself a hug if you need to. I always give myself a hug. I be giving myself hugs all the time. I'm pretty sure I've already done this on live as well. So if you know, you know. I don't just be saying this shit. I be doing it, okay? I be doing it. Shake off any stagnant energy. Stand up, shake a leg, whatever you feel you need to do, whatever your body's calling you to do. Or you can simply just generate that heat, generate that energy, because we are electrical beings. Let's not forget that. Place your hands over your heart and take a really nice, gorgeous, deep breath in. And release what no longer serves you. In with love. Let it flow through your body. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And release what no longer serves you. Right. As we have deepened into our unfolding, I hope that you have found something within this live to integrate into your own journey, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's about attuning to your own journey, deepening the connection that you have with your inner voice, and really being able to embrace all of you. This is what we're here for. This is why we are building this space, to support you, to create a platform where we can showcase you, where we can uplift you, where we can share the gifts that you have with the world. Okay. And so I'm gonna love you and leave you until the next time. Before I go, I do want to mention that we will be hosting another free online community meetup / workshop. We're still navigating what we want those specific events to look like, so there's like no real pressure. It's just come through, let's connect, let's talk, let's share, let's inspire, let's be inspired, let's put ideas together, because this is your space as well as it is mine, and I really want to hear from you. I really want you to know that in this space your voice truly is valued. It truly matters, and we welcome it. We welcome you to express yourself in your whole unique light. Okay, that is the beauty of the Love is Garden. We are calling you forward. If this resonates with you, please get in touch, because there are a lot of great things on the way. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there until next time. Mwah!